So one thing that is really important is whenever you're putting a 30-year architectural laminate shingle on your home, you want to make sure that the ridge and the hips, called the hip and ridge, or the hip ridge and cap, that those shingles match not just the color, but the thickness. And so a 30-year architectural laminated shingle should have a ridge and hip that is also a 30-year. The homeowner normally doesn't know, and what most roofers will do, they'll try to get away with it. They will take a 25-year shingle. It's called Supreme by Owens Corning as an example. And they'll get this one shingle and they'll cut it into 3 pieces, and then they'll stack it. So what they end up doing is getting a flat shingle, and then they cut it in squares and they bend it over that ridge. But what happens is, as that breaks over the edge, you'll actually see the granules split. The fiber underneath the granules gets broken because it's not pliable enough. So what happens is the shingle bends and it breaks. It literally breaks the fiber, and the fibers inside separate and the granules don't have anything to hold on to. So over time, the granules will fall off with winds and they'll start to break down, and you'll get leaks, you'll get holes, and we have thousands of pictures of damaged hip and ridge. Now what should happen is this shingle, this is called a hip and ridge. It's made in this format. It's made by the manufacturer to have certain things in place so you can fold it over the ridge the way it's supposed to without breaking, and then it adds extra rigidity to the front. This is what a homeowner should have on their roof. Now this is specifically called a Z ridge, okay? So there's different kinds. You don't have to have the Z on it, but this is definitely a 30-year shingle. The weight difference is significant between a 25-year and a 30-year. Also, you're gonna have the same granule color, the same thickness, and the same lifespan on a 30-year ridge and hip as opposed to a 25-year, which will only last you 7 to 10 years before it starts breaking down at best. Costs a little bit more, takes a little more time, but it's always worth doing it the right way the first time. Call Frontline.